Hey guys, today I want to talk about the TBR jar that I just made. So I've been thinking about making a TBR jar for a little while. I never really considered it before because I just thought that my kind of owned TBR was relatively small, and I just never really thought that I needed it because I was also such a big mood reader. And I'm still a mood reader for the most part, but sometimes I'm also like really out of ideas of what I want to read. Sometimes I'm just not in a certain mood for something, and then I always kind of struggle to decide what I want to read and how I decide what to read next. So I decided to just make a TBR jar, and I just kind of thought this would be a fun idea. And you know, now that I have like over 100 books on my TBR, I feel like it's something where there's actually like a variety in here, and so I thought it would just be cool to do this. So as you can see, there's different colors in here, and this is really just like a super basic system. I just decided that for me it would be best to kind of, you know, differentiate between genres. If I'm like really totally open to what I want to read, I can still close my eyes and just draw something random. But if I'm like, oh, I want to pick up a fantasy or a contemporary, then I can go for the right color. And it's not like super strict because it's not like I really only like read 4 genres or something. So blue is fantasy, and that is both YA and adult fantasy, although I do have to say there's a couple of adult fantasies that I did not include simply because I know I would have to be in the mood for them. Like, I'm not gonna pick up Mistborn because I got it from my TBR jar, and I'm not gonna pick up the 5th season because I got it from my TBR jar, so I was like, might as well not include it. But yeah, basically blue is any kind of fantasy, and that's definitely what I own the most, so that is definitely the category that has the most books in here. Then I have pink, which is basically all of the kind of fluffy, happy, romantic kind of contemporaries, which weren't a lot, but it's definitely something I do tend to crave at times, so I thought it would be good to have my own category for that. Then I have green, and both green and yellow are definitely random. Green is kind of science fiction, dystopian-esque, and then yellow is kind of like thrillers, more like sad or kind of angsty contemporaries, literary fiction. Like, yellow is probably the most kind of out of control category, but I feel like it fits in a way because some of these are a little bit out of my comfort zone or just something I would normally not really pick up. So I guess that's kind of where they are all in the same category. But really, I just kind of went with my gut feeling. If I felt like something would fit into the yellow category, I would use it for the yellow category. And if I felt like something was more of the green category, I just put it on a green paper. It's just really kind of random, but just so that I have a little bit of a like rough structure, so that in case I'm like in a really great mood where I just want to read a romantic contemporary, I then don't have to go through like 5 times in the TBR jar until I finally get to a happy contemporary. But as I said, I can still like close my eyes and just pick something. So I don't know, I just really kind of feel happy with that system. I'm probably just kind of as a rule gonna include 1 book for each monthly TBR, and then probably a lot of the times it will be random just throughout the month if I feel like it, or if I have a month where I don't really have any plans or any arcs, I will do a couple more. I don't really want to have like strict rules for this, and if I pick something up and I'm like, no, not at all, I'm not at all in the mood for it, I'm not gonna like force myself to read it. That's not really what this is for. This is really just supposed to be a kind of fun thing for me. I'm just really happy. I like how it looks. For some weird reason, I like the sound of it. I like shaking it around. I don't know. I have this space here anyway. I mean, who knows for how long. I could just buy more used books, then this space won't exist anymore. But, you know, I just thought it would be a fun idea. And I mean, I've been on Booktube for 5 years and I've never done a TBR jar. I mean, they are already out of fashion, but I finally had to do one. And yeah, I thought it would just be a fun idea. Yeah, let me know if you have anything like a TBR jar, or if maybe you sometimes like your friends to choose what you read in a month or anything like that. Any like unusual methods on how you pick up books. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I guess I'll see you soon. Bye!